How much mile per hour for your cows? Like, so you're gonna have fans in your barn. How many mile per hour does it take? And right now we're in a barn that is on my dad's farm, and I helped build it about 15 years ago. Tunnel fans at the far end, we put baffles in to push the air down, and I calculated the CFM for the fans when we went to buy them. Measured the area underneath the baffles, and the square foot underneath it is the CFM of the fans, and figured out the mile per hour backwards. And we came out to around 5 miles an hour under the baffles. But actually what happened in real life is it's actually kind of slow in with the cows, and it goes fast down the open aisles. So air follows the path of least restriction, right like a creek. So we're getting plenty of air down the aisles, but when you go in between the stalls, it's actually not that great. So while you want 5 miles, you really do want 5 miles an hour, and we're not getting it into loops. Miguel Cook just released an article saying we should have at least 2 to 3 miles an hour in between the stalls, and he's measuring at 18 inches off the floor. So 18 inches off the floor, you should try to get about 2 to 3 miles an hour. Ideally it would be 5, but the only way you're going to get that is pusher fans. So if you have tunnel ventilated, the only way to almost get it is pusher fans, or cross ventilated and bring the baffles way down. You'll be able to get it that way. Here we've got baffles going kind of the wrong way, and the air just slows down through the stalls. So we can go in there and measure it, but we're going to be right. I did this earlier, and we're right around 1.5 miles, something like that. And the cows lay in, and they actually overheat. So if you have high producing cows, you will absolutely need water, and primarily water at the feed bunk. If you have water at the feed bunk, spraying on them every couple minutes, that's what it takes, because as they lay in the stalls, they overheat. They come to the feed bunk, get wet, dry off, wet. It's the evaporation off the cow that actually keeps the cow cool enough. So I'm here talking about 5 miles an hour wind, and it's really hard to get that in the stalls unless you've got a new system. And it also takes water. I'm a big believer in spraying water on the cows. Fogging into the air helps, but it's still not near as good as spraying water directly on the cow, because it's evaporating right off the cow. Fogging, you're evaporating in the air to drop the air temperature to try to cool the cow. Why not evaporate off of the cow and cool the cow directly?